So we're going to go over some of the basic tools we use in a machine shop, and we use these for different types of measurements, more accurate measurements than you would for woodworking tools. Here we have a Mitutoyo 6-inch digital caliper. This reads in metric as well as standard, and you can use this for a wide range of measurements. You can measure outside diameters, you can measure lengths, and you can also measure depths. And you can use these jaws here, and you can measure inside diameters or inside of a key or a slot. These are a really good general purpose measuring device. They're quick, easy to read, they're easy to learn how to use. I suggest these. And then if you need to have a little bit more accuracy, we have outside micrometers. These can measure outside diameters. They can also measure thicknesses. So here, you can see, measure the thickness of this part. And then you can also measure the diameter. Now, micrometers come in a range of sizes. The school right now has a set of 0 to 4s. And what that means is the 0 to 1 micrometer will read from 0 to 1 inch. The 1 to 2 micrometer, which I have here, will read from 1 to 2 inches. And then you have your 2 to 3 and your 3 to 4. So you have to pick the right micrometer for the measurement range you're going to be measuring. Just a real quick down and dirty explanation of using a micrometer. So the micrometer works basically in 25 thousandths increments. So the barrel reads 25 thousandths per turn, and then each dash mark on the stationary barrel equals 25 thousandths. So if you're at 0, 0, that would be exactly 1 inch. If you go 2 dash marks to the 0, you're at 1 inch 50 thousandths. 3 dash marks and the zeros lined up would be 75 thousandths. And then once you hit your first whole number, which would be the 1, you're at 1 inch 100 thousandths. And then you just add plus that. So 1 inch plus 5 thousandths, not 1 inch, my bad. 1 inch 100 thousandths plus 5 would be 1 inch 105, 1.105. It takes a little getting used to, but after you do it a few times, it comes pretty natural. So I'm going to talk about the indicating equipment. Some of the other devices used in a machine shop are indicators. This here is a test indicator, and this can be used to indicate in your vise square. You can indicate in pieces that need to be squared up. You can also sweep in round parts on your mill. And it's just a general purpose indicating tool. This one is metric, so if you're measuring in standards, this won't help you, but it'll work fine for indicating a part in. Then here you have a 1-inch dial indicator with a mag base. This has 1 inch of travel, and it reads in 1,000ths increments. This is used for indicating parts in on a lathe and a chuck. You can also use it to set a depth of cut, and it's a very general purpose indicating device, because with the magnet you can put it on almost anything metal, and then you can use that 1 inch of travel to do what you need to do. Here we have a boring head for a milling machine. This is an R8 style boring head. So you'll have to change out what's in the spindle with this, and we've gone over that already. But when you set this up, the boring bars are not keyed, so you have to line up your cutting edge with the center of the boring head. So when you're setting up your tooling in your boring head, you want to keep the feed dial facing up, and you want to put your tool in, and you want to look down, and you want the tool to be parallel with this edge here, so that the tool is facing straight up and down. And once you have it facing straight up and down, you would tighten your set screw. And now your tool is in line with the path of the depth of cut.